Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Myself Kushi.D from Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. So today I will be giving a presentation on my technical seminar. So the topic I have chosen is predicting agriculture yields based on machine learning using regression and deep learning. So the contents for today is this. Moving on to the introduction part. So we know agriculture is a fundamental pillar of our human civilization, and also it provides employment and economic stability. Over thousands of years, humans have evolved from mere gatherers to actively managing lands for crop cultivation. In India, agriculture plays a crucial role in supporting the economy and fulfilling the nation's food requirements. However, the rapid population growth and climate change ensuring food security has been increasingly challenging. To address these challenges, innovative farming techniques and technologies are being adopted to enhance productivity and sustainability. So this picture actually depicts like what are the different uh, crops and seasons that we actually see. So these are the seasons what we have here is that is summer, autumn, winter. So these are the season, and here we have is production that is in tons or hectares. So this is the image that depicts it. And also in this pie chart, we have rice, tobacco, wheat. So in what percentage actually it is produced, like ragi, maize, jute, jowar, cotton, barley, bajra. So all these things. So, accurate estimation of crop yields is essential for ensuring food security and addressing production challenges. Farmers can optimize their practices based on yield forecast, maximizing production under favorable conditions and minimizing losses under adverse conditions. Various factors include farming practices, weather conditions, and market prices influence crop yields. Traditionally, statistical methods have been used for yield estimation, incorporating historical yield data, climate information, and area-specific characteristics. However, with the advancement of machine learning, more sophisticated models are being employed to enhance crop production forecast. So, in the related background, the first one I will be speaking is machine learning approaches for crop yield estimation. Machine learning approaches have been increasingly used for predicting crop yields. These approaches leverage datasets containing features such as total area under cultivation, canal length, average maximum temperature, and water sources for irrigation. Studies have shown that machine learning models, including regression tree, lasso, deep neural network, and shallow neural network, can outperform traditional methods for crop yield prediction. In the second point, I'll be discussing about regional focus on Kharif season in Andhra Pradesh. A study focused on estimating crop yields during the Kharif season in the Vishakhapatnam district of Andhra Pradesh. The study achieved a high accuracy of 97.5% by considering parameters such as minimum, maximum, average temperatures, area, rainfall, production, and yields. Modular artificial neural networks were used to forecast rainfall, followed by support vector regression to estimate crop output using rainfall and area data. In the next, I'll be discussing about artificial neural networks, that is ANN for crop yield forecasting. Research investigated ANN models for forecasting soybean and corn yield under unfavorable weather conditions. The study evaluated the ANN performance for regional, state, and local estimation as well as its ability to handle parameter variations. In Maharashtra, India, ANN was used to assess rice output across various cities with support vector regression, that is SVR, random forest artificial neural network, that is ANN, and k-nearest neighbor, that is KNN, methods achieving superior crop yield estimation. Moving on to the next one, that is utilization of long short-term memory, that is LSTM, for crop yield forecasting. LSTM was employed with satellite data in southern Brazil to develop a unique model for forecasting soybean yields. This study aimed to compare the effectiveness of LSTM neural networks, random forest, and multivariate OLS linear regression for yield prediction. And then these are the other two that we have: performance evaluation of machine learning models for crop yield estimation and hydroponics as a sustainable solution for low agricultural production. So coming to the working or the implementation part. So this is the flow chart that is being used as an approach. So initially what we follow is initial data set. So initially we'll be taking some data set that is will be sufficient to give a prediction to our topic or project. So from the data set, what we do is we'll be splitting the data set into 70% and 30%. That is nothing but training data and testing data. So 70% will be coming to the training data and another 30% will be going to the testing data. So once this splitting is done, the next step is we'll be using k-fold cross-validation. So the data set, whichever is in the training data, so that will be moving on to the k-fold cross-validation. And then next it goes to the model training. Model training here is nothing but the models which we consider such as decision tree, random forest, CNN, or any other models whichever we prefer. So those models are supposed to be trained for this particular training data set. So once this model training is completed, so that will be moving on to the model evaluation. So why model evaluation is once it is trained, it has to be evaluated. So then it will be moving to the evaluation, and then once it is trained and evaluated, the testing data will be given. So we will be able to test whether the trained model is giving accurate results. So moving to the k-fold cross-validation, as discussed previously, so k-fold cross-validation is nothing but the data after splitted, the 70% of data will be actually made into subsets, that is k-fold, that is k subsets. And so each fold of data will be actually given to the model and further validations will be done. So moving on to the decision tree. So as we mentioned that model training, so this is one of the kind of regression. So decision tree is one of the regression learning that we prefer. So what happens is when the data set is taken, so the data set has to be considered in the tree format. So that is the root node, and we'll be having the decision making node, and leaf nodes are nothing but when further branching cannot happen, it is considered as leaf node. So what happens is the data set will be containing some features or variables. So that will be given in the format of decision tree or a tree format, which will be further predicting the values or the crop yield. So moving on to the random forest, then the random forest, what happens is it is an extension of decision tree. So in the decision tree, we saw there was a single tree, but in random forest, it is the combination of multiple decision trees. As we can see this is one decision tree, this is another decision tree, and this is another decision tree. So this is nothing but a combination of multiple decision tree. So initially there will be decision tree 1. So in decision tree 1, we will be getting a prediction about some crop yield. This is second decision tree, and here we'll be getting one outcome. So this is the third decision tree, and here we will be getting one outcome. So what happens is at the end, it will be combining all of these outcomes, and whichever gets the majority, so that will be the final outcome. So that will be the final prediction. So this is about random forest. So moving on to the next one. So previously we saw decision tree and random forest, which was under regression learning. So now we have a CNN architecture, that is convolutional neural networks. So this is under deep learning. So since our project title says machine learning using regression learning and deep learning. So previous two slides we saw about regression learning, and now we will be seeing about deep learning, that is CNN architecture. So generally, previously what we saw decision tree and random forest is for non-image, that is only for the data sets or like non-image data we can use those. So in case of images, if the data set contains some images, in that case, we will be going for CNN architecture or CNN method. So what happens is this is the input, and this we can see we have convolutional layer and ReLU. So, and this is the pooling layer, and this is fully connected, and this would be the output. So what happens is from A, that is input, plus this convolutional layer plus ReLU, and pooling layer, it comes under feature extraction layer. Then when it goes to fully connected and output, so these are nothing but the neurons. Okay, so here it goes to the classification layer. So CNN, what happens is, especially in the crop yield estimation, what happens is we will be getting some satellite images, okay, like about the crops or the field, will be getting some images. So in that case what happens is we need to like get the uh, we have to get those features, we have to extract the features from those things, and we have to be able to predict the outcome. So in that case we will be using the CNN architecture. And another advantage is, suppose if we are using both the kind, that is we have only data set, suppose like we will be having the nature of soil, or what is the season like summer, winter, or what is the square feet of the field. So all those things we are nothing but non-image data. So when we have both kinds of data set, that is non-image data and image data, so we'll be able to combine both regression and deep learning. That is nothing but random forest or decision tree with CNN, convolutional neural network. So we will be able to get better and accurate results. So moving on to the result part. So the first one we have is dataset features. So the dataset features including crop type, area, and production are interrelated. Wheat and rice have the highest area allocation. So what we get to know is that wheat and rice have highest area allocation. As we know that in India, people are tending more to consume wheat and rice. So that is the reason we have highest area allocation for these two crops. And moving on to the model performance, random forest outperforms the other machine learning algorithms in accuracy for crop yield prediction, achieving 98.96 accuracy. Decision tree had lower accuracy rates as 86.46 respectively. So why this is because, see, random forest is an extended version of decision tree, that it has a multiple decision tree combined. Okay, so decision tree is a single tree that performs to give the predictions. So that is the reason random forest performs well, and it's achieving 98.96 accuracy compared to decision tree. And moving on to the deep learning models, that is CNN and LSTM, were employed with CNN showing better performance than LSTM in terms of lower test loss. So here we could see in the deep learning, convolutional neural networks performs better than LSTM. So in conclusion, machine learning, especially random forest, is effective for crop yield predictions based on various dataset features. The study highlights the importance of considering different machine learning models for accurate crop yield estimation. So when we consider different machine learning models, we'll get to know which particular algorithm or machine learning algorithm is giving the best predictions and accuracy. So, and also we can get to know for non-image data and image data, like how are we able to combine and how we will be getting the outputs. So moving on to the results, so I have few images to explain here. So this depicts the relationship between crop and production and model performance of decision tree. So this is nothing but the crop and production. So here we could see the crop types such as rice, maize, wheat, jowar, cotton, and ragi, jute. So these are the crop types. And here we'll be having the production. So rice, we could see how much it's been produced. So we can see that rice has been produced at the highest. And next we have maize. So in similar way, all other crops are also produced. So moving to the model performance of decision tree. So we could see that um green lines, we could see that is the actual values, and this red ones are the predicted values. So actual yield is nothing but this greens one. I'll just be showing. We could see this greens one going here. So that those are the actual yield values, and the predicted ones are nothing but these red ones. So there will be slight variation. So that is where we'll be going for finding the accuracy. And also here we can see area allotted to crops. So here this is the crop type, that is wheat, rice, so on. And this is the area. The previous one we saw was the production, but here it's the area. So we could see wheat and rice having the highest area allocated. As I explained in previous slides, we also saw in the result about rice and wheat having the highest area allocated. And also moving on to the model performance of random forest, we could see this green lines with actual values, and predicted one is this red one. So moving on to the next one, and here is the model performance of CNN. So here actual values is depicted in blue color lines, and red dotted lines is for predicted values. So we can see that it has very slight difference, so it's almost coinciding, right? Yeah. So, and then moving on to the future enhancement. So, future enhancement is very important. So, when we actually build a project, we should also be having some ideas about how we can enhance this project in future. So, some of them could be like disease and pest prediction. So, extend the model to predict the likelihood of disease and pest outbreaks based on historical data and environmental factors, enabling proactive measures to mitigate risks. And also about supply chain optimization. Integrate yield prediction models with supply chain management systems to optimize logistics and distribution, reducing waste and ensuring timely delivery of agriculture products. Then incorporating more data sources, integrate additional data sources such as weather patterns, soil quality, crop rotational history, and satellite imagery to improve prediction accuracy. So we cannot say that this is the only data set we'll be using every time. So we will be getting some new data features that has to be incorporated. So in that case, so we have to be able to like add features or remove features. Like, yeah, we have to be able to incorporate more data features. And also integration of IoT sensors. Integrate data from IoT sensors placed in fields to capture real-time information on soil moisture, temperature, and other relevant parameters, enhancing the accuracy of prediction. So when we go for IoT sensors, so it will be giving more real time, and it will be giving for each and every second, it will be generating some data. So that will give more accurate predictions for the farmers. So conclusion would be growing demand for food. As the population increases, managing food supply and demand becomes more challenging. and also need for yield prediction. To help farmers plan better, experts have been working on predicting agriculture yields. Use of machine learning algorithm. This study uses machine learning and deep learning methods to forecast India's crop yields. Benefit for farmers. Farmers, especially small-scale ones, can use these predictions to estimate their crop production for upcoming years and plan accordingly. Best performing algorithm, random forest and convolutional neural network, that is CNN, perform the best in predicting crop yields for India. Potential for precision. The study's approach shows significant potential for accurately predicting crop productivity, which has been validated using real-time data. So these are some of the references I have taken. You can just have a look. So what I would like to tell is India is having more population and also the population is growing. So role of food is very important. And so when we focus on this project, the farmers and researchers will get a clear idea about how the crop yields are actually managed and all the predictions that they need. So this also plays a very important role. Thank you for watching my video. Please do like and share. Thank you.